We're heading into the weekend. We're also in the final 2 weeks of dry January. I know a lot of you kicked off the year with that goal in mind. Well, guess what? Drew Hip-Clark is here, and she's the beverage manager at Kachina Cantina. She's in the COCO kitchen today to help us make it through the home stretch. Hello, good morning to you, Drew. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. Well, so many people kick off the year and they're like, we got to cut down on drinking, right?
Yes,
and let's do this dry January. What are you making for us today, Drew, that's been popular over at Kachina?
Yes, at Kachina, we have Agua Frescas that we have on our menu all the time, not just during January, and people love them. So I wanted to come and bring you some of our newer Agua Frescas to show you what we have coming up right now as a feature during dry January and coming up full-time on the menu. You
guys do have really good agua fresca, so I'm glad you're doing that today. Okay, well, show us how you make this.
Awesome. Yes, so we're starting with the rosemary citrus. And what we'll make first is rosemary simple syrup, or I'll show you how to make the rosemary simple syrup.
Okay.
We have rosemary in a pan, and it's just regular rosemary. The thicker, the better. It smells beautiful. And what we'll put onto that is just regular simple syrup, equal parts 1 to 1 of superfine sugar and water.
Okay.
We'll pour that in there, let it simmer for about 5 minutes just to get nice and fragrant. It'll turn a little bit of a green color, which is what we want, and it's beautiful.
So it's supposed to do that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, definitely. After it simmers for about 5 minutes, we'll let it cool and we'll strain it out, and it'll become this beautiful rosemary syrup, which is what we're going to use to make the first drink, rosemary citrus agua fresca. So we'll start with our jigger, and this side is 3/4 of an ounce. It's the easiest one because we're just going to pour it right in.
So you put that in first?
Yes, ma'am, and I'll have you put one in if you'd like to.
Oh, sure. Am I making one too?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So about 3/4 is what you said, right? Okay, so that goes in.
Yeah, it makes it really easy.
Delish. Okay.
And what makes it sort of an elevated lemonade or limeade is that we're using fresh lime juice and fresh grapefruit juice.
Okay.
Equal parts.
Citrusy.
Yes.
Okay, so that goes in as well.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Lime juice right here. And I got a jigger for you right
here.
here. That's okay. We're gonna share.
Okay. So 3/4 going in now.
Yes, ma'am. And then we're going to do a full jigger of this grapefruit juice right here. So this is right here.
Okay. Grapefruit juice.
Yeah,
yum.
that's what makes it.
There's a lot of really good ingredients in this.
Yes, and the fresher the better. That's what makes it so delicious.
Okay, so I take this?
Yes, ma'am.
We're just top it off?
Topping it off.
Yum.
We're using Mineragua today. That's what makes the agua fresca. You can use club soda.
Yeah, and then you kind of just give it a mix.
Just give it a little stir, combine it all together.
Oh, yum.
And then we all know the most beautiful part is a rosemary garnish. I have them right in front of you right
here,
now.
I'm going to give this one to you, and then you show me how to do it before we move on to the next drink.
Perfect. We're going to just put it in, and that's the nice thing about rosemary is you can smell it.
It smells wonderful.
Beautiful, yeah.
That smells so good.
Definitely. Okay, and then we're going to move to the second one right now, which is cherry and walnut. That's kind of a fun combination. It's reminiscent of childhood. Right now we're channeling nostalgia.
Yes.
So we'll be dry roasting some walnuts in a pan. It's the dry roast that's the most important when we're doing this.
The dry roast.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And to that we're adding the same simple syrup that we started with for the rosemary.
Okay.
Same thing, we're gonna let that simmer. The difference is here is when we cool it, we're gonna run it through a blender to turn it into an orgeat. Which is just a thicker syrup that has the nuts in it.
Wonderful.
And then it's real easy here for us. So we have the orgeat.
Let me bring these over here.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, of course. And these are ones that you can get right now if you go to Kachina Cantina.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, and we're doing the walnut orgeat. It does have a little bit of almond in it, which for those with allergies, just to sort of let you know.
So how much of this are you putting in?
This is about a half an ounce, and I did that for you, so I'm just going to trade you off. Was not intentional.
Okay.
And then
I was doing a bad job, so you were like, I better do it for Claudia.
Jumping in. So we're doing about a half an ounce of the walnut orgeat, and then a full ounce of our cherry puree.
I was wondering what those cherries.
So it's tart cherry puree we use by taking fresh tart cherries that are frozen.
Yes.
And blending them with a little bit of lemon juice just for consistency.
Got it.
Again, we're topping it off with our club soda or Mineragua. And it turns, I know, is that not the most beautiful color?
It is.
And go on the
give that a
record
little
to
bit of a
tell
whirl.
you this is the only time it's appropriate to use these maraschino cherries.
Really? I love
Yes,
cherries.
because we like the fancy Luxardo cherries, the brandy cherries, but these ones are a little more reminiscent, nostalgic
Oh my
of childhood.
goodness. Look at that,
Yeah.
everybody. Well, there's never a bad day for something like this, especially the Aguas Frescas over at Kachina, and you guys have them available now.
We sure do.
Especially if Kachina Cantina. I
know,
love
it's a
the
tongue
place,
twister.
and my daughters love going there, so it is kind of a tongue twister. But you guys, check out these Aguas Frescas, especially if you're doing the dry January. You can go right now, visit Drew and the entire team. They are on the menu at Kachina Cantina. The website is up on your screen right now. You can go there. You can also follow them on social media. Their handle is @Kachina Denver. Thank you so much, Drew, for being with us today.